All right, guys, let's do it. I'm looking at about 15 different video ideas that my team sent me. This is what's being asked. This is in high demand. This is what's trending. I go, you know what? I'm going to make a video just straight from the hip on how to become a millionaire as a real estate agent and how to become a millionaire in general. I'm going to tell you guys right now, completely unfiltered, raw, real, straight from the heart, what it's going to take. Number one, you guys are going to have to completely change the way that you think, the way that you view life, the way that you view success, the way that you view money, the way that you have a tolerance or ability to handle pain or struggle. It is not going to be easy. It's not fun when it is. Anything that's difficult always brings some sort of reward. It's just since the dawn of human time. If you guys are straight A students, or you were in high school, or you valedictorian in college, you had to study a lot. You had to sacrifice a lot of late nights. You had to sacrifice probably part of a social life, maybe even sports that you really liked, or maybe some group or community that your friends were a part of, because you wanted to be the best at whatever subject or class or project that you were working on at the time. To be able to become the best in your class required a lot of sacrifice and commitment. So let's just use a school example. Let's use a gym example. Let's use a sporting example because it's relatable. If you guys have never achieved any sort of financial success in your life, the only thing you can base it off of is success that you have achieved in other realms of your life, which have been from the following. So let's look at school. You started learning a subject, let's say math. Some of you, it came very easy. Some of you, like me, it's not. It became a little bit more of a struggle. It was a little bit more difficult. So what I did, which I regret, was I would just let it go. I would this. I don't want to do this. I don't care. I don't need this. This is beneath me. I'll be fine. I know the basics. I have a calculator. But then, looking at my life now, maybe I would not have failed my real estate exam 7 times if I would have paid a little bit more attention. Here's the difference between a successful person and not. The not successful person looks at something that's difficult and goes, I don't want to do this. I'm not doing this. Or it's not for everybody. Victim. It's not for me. This is hard. And that his dad gave him that listing or whatever, right? Then the successful person goes, I don't care if you are the president's son. I don't care if you're the king of Saudi Arabia's son. I don't care if you are more athletic than me by default and you're 6'3" and 220 pounds and you can dunk on me. I don't care. I am still going to perform and give every ounce of energy and effort to that sport, to that subject, to my field, so that I can become the best that I can possibly become. If you're 5'4", you're 5'4", buddy. And that's it. Be the best 5'4" person you can become. If you are not street smart by nature, figure out how to become street smart. How do you become street smart? How do you become better at cold calling? How do you become better at sales? By doing it, by talking, by performing, by grabbing your cojones and saying, all right, man up, let's do this. And if you're a girl, same thing. You have to have this dominant mindset where I want to dominate, I want to conquer, I'm going to win. And you wake up every day, you fight. You do the things that are difficult. You do it every single day. You do it over and over again to the point where it's so redundant and annoying that you're so good at it. After you sell $20,000, $500,000 houses, you're going to get bored with it. You're going to be like, I am worthy of a $750,000 listing. I am worthy of a $1 million listing. I am worth more and I want more. You just have to believe that it's possible. So the thing is right now, you guys are inconsistent. You don't have a good schedule, right? That's why you're watching this video. You don't know when you should wake up. You're looking for all the right answers. The answers are right in front of you. You know what to do. You're just not doing it. Do you want life to be this? Like what you're currently experiencing right now, where you don't have the money you want, you're not driving the car you want, you don't have the guy or girl you want, you don't have the jewelry you want, you don't feel good inside, you don't feel fulfilled. Let's put materialistic things to the side, because trust me, it's more than just driving a nice car and getting a private jet and all this other bullshit. It is. I don't have a private jet yet, but I will. I don't even think about money like that. Like, I obviously am mindful of what I'm spending, but like, if I spend 20 grand a month every month, 30 grand a month every month, and I don't even flinch. Do you know how good that feels? There's no stress. It's like, I want something, I want an Instacart, I want an Uber Eats, I want a DoorDash, $100 meal, I want to spend $100 a day on lunch. Okay, go. And I'm not saying that to brag, I'm saying I put in the work, I am valuable to society, I generate money, I create 6 figures in earnings every single month for myself, and it's going to be a lot more. I deserve to spend and live how I want. I don't want to cook and clean. I don't want to do laundry. I don't. I don't want to go to the barber shop. I don't. The barber comes to me. I don't want to go to the massage parlor. The girl, if she's going to give me a massage, she comes to my house. It costs more, but I earned it. If I want to drive a nicer car because it feels better and it's cool and it sounds better and it's a trophy, it's a little milestone, it's a reward for the success that I've earned and the pressure and sacrifice and struggle that I had to go through to get there, I'm going to do so. That's how it works. It's very vivid to me. Every time one of my friends comes and visits me in town, we kind of just, we still work, but we off for like 3 days. And let me just tell you what that means, by the way. We still work from 8 a.m. or 8:30 or 9 a.m. at the latest if we go to the gym at 8 and work from 9 to 4. And then we kind of just mope around and I'm like, oh, we didn't do shit, dude. I'm feeling like we didn't work. And my buddy's like, bro, like, why do you work as hard as you work? It's okay if you go to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning tonight. You don't have to be at work at 7 a.m. You don't have to be at work at whatever. And you don't have to go to the gym every day. And then like when you stink that in my head, I'm like, yes, I do, dude. Every time something's not going the right way, even if it's planned, by the way. Anytime something's not going the right way, I immediately go into a panic, scarcity, urgency mindset where like, oh my God, time is of the essence. We have to turn the ship around right now. We have to fix this. We're going in the wrong direction. We're creating a bad habit. If I go to the gym 50 days in a row, I've created a habit of going every single day. If I stop going 2 days in a row, I just created a habit of not going to the gym. I don't like the thought of having to create a new habit all over again. It feels good to create a new habit. Maybe I should say it sucks and it's harder and it's more difficult. Dude, if I had to go recreate the comfort that I have and the habit I have of making content every single Tuesday morning, it's difficult to start something new. So you just start and then you get better. Like, you guys are f***ing off. You're watching too much bullshit movies on TV. Let me just be really real. You look up to the wrong people. You're scrolling TikTok endlessly. All of your social media notifications should be turned off. You have Snapchat, which is to me a joke. I don't know why anybody would have Snapchat unless you're under the age of 25. And nothing good comes from it. It's an app for children to flirt with each other, if you ask me. There's no benefit. You're not learning. Like, I catch myself all the time and I'm like, why am I still on TikTok? And then I go over to the Real Deal, or I go to Bloomberg, or I go to the New York Times and I read something of value. Because once you start making money and you start investing money, or you're raising money from investors, or you're doing things that real people with real money do, you don't look at what's on TikTok all day long. You pay attention to what's going on in the real world economy. Like, my mind right now, I'm like, I want to move 100 grand out of this account into the stock market, and like, that's how I'm thinking. That's how I'm wired. I wasn't always like that. I used to hate on that, and I used to think that was weird and like obsessive. It's like my brainchild is Nucci. The name Nucci Real Estate, Nucci Consulting. There is something to the brand and the name that is, it's my baby. It's my child. And I want to feed it and I want to grow it. I want it to learn. I want it to be the best it can be. I want it to provide. I want it to employ people. I want to change a lot of people's lives. And in order for me to do that, I need to be a psycho. I need to be insane. I need to be a good leader. I need to show up no matter what. I don't care if you're sick. I don't care if you're tired. I don't care either, because I do it. So if I don't do it and nobody cares how I feel when I'm doing it, I don't care about how you feel when you're doing it. That's how the world works. See, that's another thing. Like, I'm OCD. My desk is like, dude, I have one folder just for content. I have one folder just for follow-ups. I'm not perfect, but more often than not, I show up and do what I'm supposed to do. And like, for example, if I look at this folder, February accounting, I don't know if you guys can see it, but like, there's a sheet of paper that's a little off. It's a little loose, and I don't even like how it's not paper clipped or stapled. What does that mean? If I just throw it in there and close it up and it looks like whatever, and I just throw it in there and how it looks is how it looks, I guarantee you that's how you put away your clothes in your room. I guarantee you that's how you handle something that's a little bit difficult when you're on the phone. I guarantee you that's how you go through life. You just, it is what it is. No, there's a lot of times where it is what it is, but that's how you're going to handle your client. That's how you're going to handle adversity. That's how you're going to handle that girl that rejected you. There's like 3 levels. 1, you guys got to do enough to make $250,000. Like, that should be milestone number 1. It's not 100 grand anymore. It's $250,000. I'm telling you right now. You got to make 20 grand, $17,000 a month. Your life will start to change. But again, it's not like great money, but it's good. Then the second step is like $500,000, and the third step would be $1 million. After that, you have to become a psycho. But the characteristics and traits you need to make more than $1 million, you need 90% of that to make the 250, 500, $1 million anyway. It's just like, the second you become complacent and you don't achieve more or strive for another level. Example, you get complacent in a relationship, you stop taking your girl out to dinner, she's gonna start not feeling fulfilled and loved and building resentment, and there's gonna be fights. And maybe it lasts, maybe it doesn't, or maybe she looks for attention elsewhere. If you just feed your dog enough, it will maintain or maybe lose, but it won't grow. Like, if you work out every day, but you don't fuel yourself after, you're never gonna grow. It's almost like a pointless thing to even go to the gym and do what you were doing to begin with. So the whole point of what I'm trying to say is, like, you're already going to the gym, right? Why not work out a little bit harder? Why not eat healthy? It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. You already are going to study to become a real estate agent so you can make a lot of money and work your own hours. Why don't you earn the right to live on your own hours? What do we mean by that? You think because you have your real estate license, you don't have to show up tomorrow to work at 9 a.m. Yes, you fucking do. At 8 a.m. you should. If you're gonna work a 9 to 5 schedule, go work for somebody. Go get paid a salary. The whole point of you being able to do what you want to do comes from the sacrifice and pain of being able to earn and have that position and have a seat at that table. That's just how it goes. If I went to school and my teacher told me, oh, it's gonna be easy to have all A's and go to Harvard, we would all go to Harvard and go get a job for $450,000 a year right out of Harvard the second, if it was that easy. But it's not. It's not easy to go approach a girl that's a 10. Every girl I've dated minus one, I saw in public, I went up to her and I said, you with me now. You're mine. Obviously I didn't say that, but I went up to him. That's how I dated. Every big client I have, even now to this day, it's still weird and uncomfortable. I do it anyway. Like a guy that's gonna mentor me to go buy commercial real estate. He's worth $300 million. I knew he was. And I went up to him and I built a little relationship with him at the gym. We go to the gym at the same time. Became friends with him. He's still kind of like, he doesn't like openly text me back every time, but sometimes he does. Sometimes he sends me voice notes at 10 o'clock at night and 8 o'clock in the morning, and we text each other reels about real estate investing and stuff like that. But imagine I didn't go, because I was afraid to say hi to him. Imagine I didn't go up to my girl. She says no, he says, what are they going to say? Really? What? The worst case is, no, I'm good, bro. I don't really feel like comfortable giving my number. Or, hey, call my assistant. And then if I keep calling you and keep calling your assistant and I demonstrate that I'm not a creep, weirdo human being, what happens next? You're gonna work with me, dude. You're gonna give me a shot. You're gonna give me the lunch. What I would tell you is put your eyes on a prize. Set a goal. Figure out what you want in life. I honestly, dude, I want to spend 50 grand a month on just like lavish bullshit. Like my body, massages, PT, food, trainer, nutritionist, clothes, cars, maybe more. Like, how do I get that? I work my face off. I obsess. I outwork. I outsmart my competition. I ask the right questions. And I do what I have to do. It's simple as that. Like, I don't know how else to say it to you guys in any other way. It's not gonna be what you thought it was gonna be. It's going to be extremely difficult. Embrace it, and it'll feel better, because when you overcome all of these little hurdles while you're going up, you'll go, oh my God, Nucci was right. This is so worth it. Oh my God, this is incredible. It feels so good to win. When you get that listing, dude, that euphoria, incredible. It feels better to get the deal, to chase it, than to close it. Like literally just when the purchase agreement gets signed, you're like, even though it didn't get closed, you're like, I chased a human being and convinced them to work with me. That's exciting. So look, dude, I'm telling you guys right now, don't give up, don't quit. Strive for greatness, write down your goals, figure out how much it's gonna cost to have your dream life 10 years from now, and then 5 years from now, 2 years from now. I wanna make $5 million a year. All right, well, let's start with making 100. Then let's start making 250, 300. I like thinking big, but I also like thinking realistic so you can build momentum and confidence and scale. So look, dude, start selling $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 houses. Actually, I wouldn't start with anything less than 500. Start calling $500,000 houses, 750, and what's going to happen? You're only going to get $500,000 to $700,000 opportunities, $15,000 to $20,000 commissions. Go start doing that 2-3 times a month consistently for a year. Once you do that, then start calling $1 million, $2 million. Then build a team, and then while you're doing that, build your social media, build a personal brand, and that's it, dude. Boom, explosive. The rest is history. The end, done. Gotta go. I know you guys love this video, unfiltered yap session. If you want to learn more about real estate, you want to learn from someone like me who's a fucking grinder, who's got the connections, who is taking the world by storm, follow me on Instagram, DM me, comment something in the YouTube video. Link is in the description to work with me, or if you have a question, reach out. If you want paid coaching and you want to learn from someone who's been doing this, who's made over $2 million in the last 4 years, and who's also sold over $100 million worth of real estate, I'm your guy. I'll see you in the next video. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.